Hello everybody, welcome back to Financial Trading Basics Part 47, Market Minutes 10. My podcast, YouTube channel thing, playlist, video content production, where we talk about all things money. Getting settled into my house, so about trading profits, talk about the housing markets. We got financial events and talking points, and then I love money to the 69th power, raised to the 420th power, plus drugs. Semicolon, and my wiener is sad because I still can't get a girlfriend. So I just need to fill up the board space. So threw up some other things up there. But just financial events and talking points, current events, my thoughts on anything. Cut the grass this morning. Whipped out, I need to work on my weed whacking skills. I got a weed whacker and I destroyed the little wire that you put into weed whack with right off the bat. But I got most of it done. So that was the first time. I've been mowing the lawn since I moved in. But first time I did weed whacking. I wasn't not the most professional weed whacker so far. But I don't think I've cut any important wires yet. We'll find out if something goes out. Again, haven't made no financial changes in my portfolio at all. Again, I was going to do some stuff. I probably will start trading again. But I still have, I don't know, 15, 16,000 in Bitcoin. Probably looking at my account right now, I don't know, I think it's like 27,000, 28,000-ish in stock equity just between Norwegian Cruise Line and MNMD. They had a little pop, we'll talk about that. It wasn't enough for me to do anything with. But, so I've not changed my portfolio. I got still, I don't know, probably about 220,000 in cash. So, it's kind of sitting here again. $1 million, $10 million, $100 million. How does my quality of life change? That's really what matters to me. But science. So we can't accept science, so we're gonna talk some finance today. It's random talking points. LeBron James signs a two-year extension for $97.1 million. We are all witnesses. LeBron James. Wow, I wish I could sign a contract for 2 years and make $97.1 million. You could keep the $97.1 million if you pay me for my science proofing, but it would just be nice to know that I would have I could fit into society. That would be really cool. Which is again, it's the global government said we can't interact with Brad directly, so torture him more. But enjoy, just relax and have fun. My old neighbor Adam, why are you still working? Because I still don't fit in, buddy. I still don't get to go to school. Like when your two young sons go to school and do their homework, they are stealing from me. Still trying to get into the game, trying to get in it. So LeBron James has been shooting hoops since I've been young. It's another 2-year extension of $97.1 million. A $1.3 billion winning ticket unclaimed for Mega Millions lottery. How does that happen? I don't know, probably someone buys a lot of tickets or one ticket and just kind of forgets about it and doesn't really look at it, or loses it and doesn't know they won. But I don't know how you. But I do the lump sum or the like stipend type of payout. I don't know, it depends on the stipend. But again, very neutral on the lottery. I only play in the lottery. I don't play the lottery, but again, I need cash flow. Again, I need cash flow to trade. As I said, like some current market conditions, I'd still be adding to anything. I would be considering reopening trade. Just current conditions. Are we just watching CNBC right before this? Is this the summer bounce? Again, when we're talking about indices, stock, S&P 500, Dow Industrials, the Treasury market, any indice doesn't mean anything to me. And time frames, again, I look for individual trades. So I just don't have much commentary for like what's going on right now. Whereas again, when the pandemic just hits, things probably got oversold. When big tech, when I took over to short Tesla and that stuff, that was getting the sentiments were again the indication for me. And so right now, just I don't know. It's another day. It's Tuesday, August 20-something-ish, 23rd. But nothing really, like no sentiment blowouts, no macro events that I'm really seeing as a definitive open investment. So again, I would be the momentum day trader. I can risk $100 a day, $200 a day, $50 a day, whatever is really moving on the day, and try to play it based on the timings that I laid out in the initial videos. So I will be doing that and live streaming and documenting if I ever have cash flow to risk. So again, sitting on $200,000, which means nothing to me, but another $1,000 a month would be I could make active trades. But Still not making any money off of the bar and restaurant. Was hoping to get on some return by the end of summer. Yeah, and that's today. And yeah, no, nothing. No. Hey man, we're making enough money to support a return. So I love it when I see people that get respected. I'm always gonna make sure I'm gonna take care of that guy. I'm always gonna take care of that guy. Oh, I want to be on that guy's good side. Yeah, people don't respect me at all, so they just don't care at all. So. But MNMD did get a 70% pop on one of the days, and it went up to about $1.44 a share, and it was from like a low of like, I don't know, 68. We'll go with 69 cents just to be accurate. Let's pull it up right now. We'll go with 69 cents, just for even probably a little lower than that. Yeah, probably like 59 cents. So it popped up to 140 on a given day because, and I quote, a college student who made $100 million on Bed Bath & Beyond is now involved. Wow. It's not the guy that solved all of science and is definitively certain of the pharmacology of the substances. It's not that guy. Well, again, I'm not in society yet, so why would we ever respect me? Some college kid made $100 million. Wow, so many dollars. Actually, a good trade for that guy, but just in general, it's hilarious seeing, this famous investor took a stake in a company, pops 20%. Oh, Elon Musk, it's a whole meme now. Yeah, I solved all of science and I'm literally logically filling in the derivation of the entire species. I'm involved. But they said they had enough cash till 2024. Hopefully, again, at this point, I don't have any expectation that human beings will ever accept scientific proof. They just won't. They'll just go right back to their la land lives and say, not my responsibility. Weather's nice. Andrew Buck-Michael, the weather's nice. But MNMD did announce a reverse stock split. Again, stock split, you take one stock, 1 to 15, you have one share, then you get 15 shares, reverse shares, whatever, the exact opposite. You have 15 shares, you get one. So, really, does that mean anything to me for a trading mechanism? Not really, because the market capitalization stays the same. If you have more shares and at a lower price, then more. We talked about Apple maybe doing a split just so the stock price, or maybe Amazon, I think it was, just have access, more investors to have access. But it really, stock split or reverse split really doesn't mean a lot to me. And again, I think the common sentiment being, stock split, bad thing. But again, when Amazon's splitting their stock, their price per share is not $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000, what it was. And so share structure really doesn't make sense, doesn't indicate anything to me. It happens, it's something, people react to it, but it doesn't really mean anything to me. So MNMD does have a reverse split. I think it's 15 to 1, and I believe that is on the 31st of August. So I can't even see what price I was trading it at, but I think my price average was I don't know, maybe $1.20. So on the pop to 144, I went up at $1,000 or $2,000. Again, I got $15,000 on this one, so I'm down probably, again, count at $28,000 right about now, so I'm down about $8,000 this year. So that's stinkeroonies, plus I'm going to get another $5,000 on the Bitcoin position of just the money that's been exposed to the market. And so now we have the used car prices plus 6.6% year over year, and that's slowing down. Any insight on the used car market? I would always buy a used car, unless I should be loaded rich today, yesterday, 6 years ago. But I don't see any functional difference to buy a car with 10,000 miles on it or 20,000 miles on it. So I think car rigidity, car reliability is pretty sturdy. So I'd always be pretty much buying used cars unless I just want to buy cars that are new. So functionally, I don't see why a consumer would ever really want to buy a new car. When I see the stat of it's slowing down, it's only 6.6% increase from year over year. I don't know, what was it at? What doesn't mean anything to me. But it was on the TV, so I'm talking about it. But we talk mortgage applications slowing. What does that indicate for the housing market? And probably mortgage rates are high. But again, we talk about housing dynamics. You can have short supply, small demand, and still have aggressive bidding. I haven't really updated my Zillow counts because, again, I bought this house now, so I'm not really looking at houses. But just trying to, for educational purposes, I have 4 houses left from my initial searching, and one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left, and I've 3 of them have price cuts of $10,000 to $20,000. So obviously slowing a little bit. Oh, if the housing market crashed 10% tomorrow, and I bought this one for $349,000, which was $15,000 over asking, and I lost $35,000 I couldn't even imagine carrying at all. So I don't have someone tell me I can't smoke weed in my house, except if there are cops running around, which I did see another patrol car today, and they were friendly and they waved. So we're getting better. We're not menacing now. Good job, Clinton Township. I believe in you guys. We can keep that up. But yeah, used car prices, I don't really know what to say about that. Mortgage applications, what's the best indicator for the housing market? Again, I would just be consumer sentiment, I guess. But there's just a lot of different dynamics in housing. It's like a primary decision as opposed to an investment, right? When you're looking at stocks, you're looking to make a little bit of money. When you're looking at houses, you're looking at a place for your family, to raise kids, close to the school. Maybe it's hot in the summer because people are moving around before school time or something. So there's just a lot of dynamics that it's like hard to pin down what to make of it. And again, I haven't invested extensively in real estate. So again, all of my insights come from doing, whether it's music, whatever I'm doing, it's just from putting myself out there and getting experience. So again, I would love to do actual, again, commodity versus currency trades. Just need cash flow, and I'm not gonna go just I'd rather trade a stock equity with something that I have experience with than just try a new trade, which I would do for educational content and money, but without cash flow, can't do so. CNBC's Trader TV on Thinkorswim, and I quote, if you pull up your Thinkorswim app and go on Trader TV and you get your CNBC and you look at Carl's cute face on the morning, or maybe the Domino, Dominic Chu, and it says, and they go on a commercial, you'll get a little screen that says, "We are currently in commercial break. We will resume shortly. Your programming will resume shortly." We are in commercial break. Are you in the commercial? The commercial that's about to come on the TV, are you in that commercial? You're on commercial break. So it's amazing. People just like, they know I exist, they experience a logical proof, and then they get all tense and they just fuck up logic instantly 100% of the time. 100% of the time. You're not in a commercial break, CNBC, or Comcast, you're on a commercial break. You might be in an intermission, but you're on a commercial break. In the same English speakers trying to use prepositions properly after they see Brad do science real fast. On or in for a city location. In one of the Compound YouTube channels, one of the segments, whatever one's with Michael Batnick and Ben Carson, I think it's Animal Spirits. They're talking about, I think Michael went to visit Ben at Long Island. You guys look cute on your jet skis. And so I'm gonna write in a comment or question for the Compound show. I have a good finance question for you guys. So I'll be shooting that over if I ever type it up. But for a city location, Ben says in Long Island or on Long Island, and Michael Batnick confidently says on. Just like we had another segment of Michael Batnick confidently saying something incorrect. You're on Long Island. That sounds right? Let's try a different city. I'm on Columbus, Ohio. What? I'm on Toledo. I'm on Chattanooga, Tennessee. I'm in Columbus, Ohio. I'm in Cincinnati. I'm in Toledo. I'm in Chattanooga. So it's pretty sure it's in, because I'm not ever going to be on Columbus, Ohio, and someone's like, I've grown so big that I'm just stepping on it like tiles. But you might be on an island, Michael, so that's where the logic throws you off there, buddy. You would be on an island, that would be correct. You wouldn't be in the island, but that's because the geography of an island just sets up the logic differently. But you're in a city, you're not on a city, even if it's Long Island with New York. So, I believe in you, Mr. Batnick. We can do it, buddy. Streaming viewership tops cable for the first time last month. 34.8% of what, I'm not sure, of content consumed was from cable or from streaming, and 34.4% was from cable. So not a big difference, but the biggest one was cable was down 8.8% and streaming up 22.2%. Again, as a consumer, we talked about cable versus streaming last episode. There might be some residual, again, like I said, it just feels like I should get cable. It's like a thing that I do. I get like internet and cable. Yeah, let's get that stuff. But if it has, the main thing is, right, it's just a vehicle of distribution for your viewership. So once the viewership matters, we get how people distribute content in any capacity whatsoever. So, again, even like, I got 2 new Samsung TVs for my house. and I can get like Samsung Plus TV for free, so I can get live news. I literally just like me personally, I like a live discussion. I'll even throw in like NBA pregame just for live like talking in without a script. And so on a personal level, that's really why I feel naked without cable. Is access to live discussion, which is completely accessible in streaming. So I don't know, again, maybe I'm not as educated of a consumer as I think, and I have some insecurities holding me back from just viewing content streaming. But again, it's just not a big charge, $50 for some cable. I don't see why I would not do that. But I really think streaming will take over substantially because it's wherever people are consuming content, that's what the media companies are going to distribute their products through. And so I just don't really see, I don't see much difference. And as a consumer, I love not having a cable box. I literally just go on my smart TV, I click on the Spectrum app, and I have cable in every room of my house. So I like that. I like streaming it definitively over a cable box. And if they, I don't know, do they have cloud recording? But how about DVR versus streaming, right? Do I really care about a DVR? I want to save a show that I want to watch. Well, I think streaming is going to take that over entirely. And so, I definitely think streaming is going to come up way more substantially than that 34.8% versus a 34.4%. How do you trade it? Which company? Who doesn't matter. It depends on the strong content. And so, but I think DVRs are obsolete. As a person who again does television reviews, I like to watch the whole season at once. So we have Netflix who releases all of their content pretty much. Here's the whole season. Have it. Here you go. And then the new House of Thrones, or like the Game of Thrones prequel that just launched, I believe yesterday. They had the TV show is costing $1 billion+ to produce. I think they said 15 to 20 million per episode. I did not watch any of the Game of Thrones. I would lore mythics. I would like it. I just never have. Again, there's a ton of TV shows to pick. So I'm enjoying the Never Have I Ever. But I'm gonna rip through that pretty quick. So I don't know. I might watch it again. I'm just on Netflix, so I don't know. This might be on Netflix. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But in general, do I think it's more advantageous to release one episode a week, like I believe they're doing with the Game of Thrones, or like Netflix all at once? I think all at once. I think that'd be more advantageous because again, I would rather have it. I'm not gonna have a DVR, but if I can just pay, if I really want to watch a show and it costs me $5 to $20 to access the whatever platform it's on for a month, I mean that's a no-brainer. That's not a thought at all. And so, or do I want to pay another $20 a month for a DVR machine? So it's like, strictly on streaming, one episode versus all at once. I don't know, 60% confident it makes more sense to release it all at once, just based on how people like to consume stuff. Jake Paul is launching a new sports show and a betting company. I watched his promo video on his channel. I just subscribed to his YouTube channel, but he doesn't really do much content. But do I think there's room for a new sports show hosted by Jake Paul? Yeah, I do. He's got a big social media pull. He's famous, obviously. So that marketing branding's already there. Again, sports shows hosted on your cable providers are going to be a lot less straightforward. He makes that point very apparent. He talks about like getting in with like the workouts, but I mean he hosted just like another sports show. I watched the first couple episodes. I think he's got a good personality. He's obviously got the name, the brand, the marketing, the social media presence. So I think the sports show will do very well because of his name and his personality. I think it's entertaining. And like I said, I do like Logan Paul. I do like Jake Paul. I find them entertaining. Honestly, not a big. I do like Flagrant. I think that's Andrew Schultz. I have not watched the special, but I find him an entertaining podcast host. I do not like the whoever the Happy Dad people are. Is that the Nelk? Is that Nelk Brothers? Sorry, I don't know who the Nelk Brothers. That's not Nelk Brothers. I don't know who Nelk Brothers is. What is their thing called? Full Send. Yeah, the Full Send podcast. I'm trying to watch a couple of those. Just I don't think they're good interviewers. Sorry, but just me. But I do think the sports show with Way again. I watched his YouTube promo for it. The way he set it up, I do think he'll have a good angle to have success there. The betting company maybe just market share. Again, you can have a name brand when you use that through social media influencing. Obviously, that's your bread and butter. In using it for betting, I mean, it just has to. It's going to come from market share and consumer experience and functionality of your app or your whatever the company is. And so I don't see a betting company platform as very unique or anyway, or a unique pull, minus the social media presence. So he talked about being able to bet on stuff like, each play or each drive or each that. I'm pretty sure you can already do that. I've never bet on sports before, but I remember like years ago hearing somebody talk about, betting who's in like the Masters, who's going to step off the green with their left or right foot first. So if there's no unique angle about betting, hyper betting on just like small events, which I don't think there is just off the top of my head, then I don't really see much added uniqueness or interesting angle for the betting company. But overall, I do think it will be successful. Wondershare Phil Mora is still fucking terrible. So again, since I've upgraded to Wondershare Phil Mora 11, I've had to probably during the actual editing, it will just freeze and I'll get like the Microsoft not responding prompt and I have to shut down the software on average about 2 or 3 times. And then when I'm actually exporting the video, it will literally just freeze and I have to restart the app 2 or 3 times. And so it worked, and that's been happening since the 11th version. And so the customer service has been polite and prompt. I have to send over some data files to see why it's corrupted. But again, I just buy, a million people could buy something and they will all work except for one, and I'll buy the one that doesn't work, and somehow it's me. But it's other people programmed in with words, they don't make any sense, and I type in the right words, and then data error, compiling error. But I don't know how I could be doing anything wrong here. But yeah, I don't know. So we'll see if I can get that fixed up. But it's super headache. Again, I want workflow. I want to be in the zone. I want to have good workflow. I have to restart my software editing 6 times to try to get a 30-minute video out. So I'm really trying to go to 2 to 3 videos a day, have the content to do so. But I just don't have the motive. I just do what I can. And I have never had any progress in anything I have ever done. And it's just like, when the fuck does my life start? Never. It's just never. We have a Twitter whistleblower comes forward, was fired for poor performance without much substantiation, might affect the Twitter deal. In saying that the whistleblower said Twitter was, deceitful or not forthcoming to regulators. So we'll see if that affects the Elon Musk Twitter deal. I think they're now suing each other, Twitter suing Musk to fulfill the obligation. I don't think there's court for a month and a half, or 2 months. Haven't really heard that recently in the news. So we'll see what happens there. My thoughts on crypto today. I think in general, pretty good buying opportunity. Again, when I see people talk about the summer pop, the indices, people with maximum 2-year time frames of thinking about anything, when the currency development's thousands of years, company development is thousands of years. Human behavior development is millions and millions and 100 millions of years. So it's like, I don't know. I think sentiment's pretty blown out. I think it's a pretty down in general. I would never make a bottom call on an indice or an entire marketplace. But I'm not going to review the thesis for crypto. But Bitcoin and Ethereum, I definitely think we've had some stabilization around the 20,000, which was pretty much the peak of the 2017 one. So I think it'd be a good time to buy here. I do. Again, every time I hear a nincompoop on the fucking CNBC, crypto has no value. Okay, boomer. Okay, you don't know how currency works as is. So I think pretty safe buy on Ethereum and Bitcoin. But overall, again, correlated with big tech, and in general, I think sentiment is overblown to the downside, and I do think if I had to call it bottom at some point, we're probably pretty close to that. So I do think, again, based on sentiment, and again, once the sentiment blows out and everything just kind of trades sideways for a while, a little bit of good news or something, everything's riling, firing back up. So I think pretty safe buys there. So last talking point for today, hope it's long enough for an episode. It should be, I don't know, it should be 15 to 20, 30 minutes. AMC starts 8 shares, ? So it's a preferred share structure. Again, we talked about share structure, splits and reverse splits again in this episode. But so they issue an APE share, which is a preferred share, which can't be directly converted to AMC common stock. But now AMC can issue more APE shares, and I quote, to raise cash. Do I like just having reserved shares to raise more cash? I don't know. Again, as a business operator, I can't imagine, operating a company where you have to need a new cash infusion every 2 to 3 years in the hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars.
as an entrepreneur, as an inventor, as someone that says, hey, this idea is good, it works. You can start a business model with basically no money down with social media and any sort of following or any sort of, pre-sales or stuff like that. So I just, on a personal founder level, someone just clicked in my house, hopefully I'm not getting robbed. But yeah, so Ape shares, and they were trading lower. AMC, I believe, is right around $9, $10. Ape shares is like 6 to 7. So I don't know. No real thought on that. I would not be. I would have shorted AMC on the pop. Again, I can't hold an open short position in any matter. But again, those trades, the trades that I would look for, trading whatever intraday momentum's going on. But again, scoping that company, when I told you I was shorted the electric car sector, I would have raked on that. The sentiment was blown out. Technology still has to develop. Business models are completely nascent. So that was probably one of the most recent biggest blowouts. But again, those companies, it's really easy to find, honestly, really easy, but companies that are hyped, and again, at times when the market's really hyped in general, and then again, you see big tech and all these companies get slashed 50, 60, 70, 80%. So those are the type of more like long-term or medium-term trades I would go for, 1 month to 2 years. It's just a middle market company, higher cap company that's clearly at the end of a hype cycle, which I don't think is right now. It's the opposite right now. We're kind of in the lull after a blowout bottom or maybe a bottom, or sentiment's pretty consolidated, things kind of going sideways. But during the hype times, and again with consumer sentiment or maturity at 7 to 9%, those types of events are not going to stop happening. So obviously I'd like to have options or stock on the infinite upside potential, but in general, again, still buy a short because of consumer sentiment and maturity level. So that's my thoughts on the AMC Ape shares. Good, bad, neutral. As a share structure, have preferred shares to issue for cash. Neutral. I don't really know. I have an opinion. But the Ryan Cohen and Bed Bath & Beyond. I don't know. I think he's the CEO of GameStop. Saw he likes to tweet pictures of cats or something. I just heard that on the news. But again, Bed Bath & Beyond. As a consumer, I went there. I got some sheets there. But like GameStop, I have more opinions on video game consumption, game development, business models on that than just like a home supply store. So I don't know, I haven't looked at the balance sheet, don't know real opinions. And again, with investor maturity at 7 to 9%, and this thing's trading at book value, and this analyst who wants to be on the kind of the good side of the company says price target here, and then 2 weeks later we slash it in half. It just doesn't mean anything to me. Obviously people do it, but it just doesn't mean anything good or bad. It's not indicative to me. So those are my financial trading points. I love monies to the 69th 420 power plus drugs, and my wiener is still sad because people won't pay me my money that's to the 69th to the 420th power to get a girlfriend, so my wiener remains sad. So I'm watching CNBC and we go to a commercial. I'll probably do an episode on commercials, like just watch commercials and respond, how I think about the marketing, or like people sitting down at the table like, oh, this is a good commercial or bad commercial, ones I like, don't like, or just any thoughts I have on commercials. So that might be some content. I'll do videos soon or sometime on commercials from like an economics perspective. But if I could obtain my money, I could fit into a group of people, and my wiener would be less sad because I could get a girlfriend. That's still not possible. So I did a financial trading basics part 47, market minutes 10 video. So thank you for watching, and see you next time.